Hello everyone, it's your friend, your boy, jetblackrlsh here with another exciting live stream, and in this video I'm going to be talking about May 2nd, 2019. Today is May 3rd, 2019. Let's see, things I did today. Working together with my dad, we moved all my stuff from my dorm to dad's house, so I'm now officially moved back into dad's house. As you guys can see, we don't have the white brick background anymore because I'm no longer at the dorm, I'm no longer in college. Today was a graduation. I didn't walk for graduation, I didn't really want to, so I just got all my stuff, packed it up, and brought it here. Today I've been mainly hanging out with family, so I came here, hung out with dad for a bit. I exercised. I watched a little bit of a documentary about hypnosis. I've been trying to learn more about hypnosis recently. Um, I went outside, hung out with dad while he barbecued. He made burgers, chicken, and hot dogs. We just hung out and talked. We talked about Avengers Endgame and we talked about Shazam because he's seen those movies. So we had a short discussion. I talked about my time travel based crazy theories about a certain thing that I'm not going to name. And he talked about how he didn't really agree with those. Let's see. So we hung out. Once dad had finished grilling, I ran into my grandma. Grandma was like, "Hey, come inside, let's hang out." Me and grandma talked for a little bit. We talked about like what everybody's been up to in the neighborhood because it's been a while since I've been back here. She showed me her huge doll collection. She's been collecting a lot of dolls and doll accessories. She wants to get into YouTube and have her own toy channel. I actually made a post on here where I shared an image of grandma's doll collection. That's image, by the way, doesn't show even like a fraction of what grandma has. She has a ton of stuff. But I hung out with grandma. She wants to like get a camera. I'm telling her that she doesn't really need a camera, so that she can start getting into making content on YouTube. I'm like, phones are good enough. They really are. But I feel like she has a lot of potential to maybe make that into like a really big channel. Toy channels are like just blowing up, just in general. But yeah, I hung out with grandma for a bit. I came back over. As a family, we all sat down and we watched the news for a bit. Dad showed me a vampire comedy thing that's on FX. I think it's called like We Live in the Shadows or We Walk in the Shadows or something like that. The show seems like it's okay. I really like the Laszlo character. He seems rather funny. And that's the character that I vibe with the most on the show. But I'm willing to give it like additional shots. The first episode, it started slow and then it got funnier as it went. So I'm hoping that as I watch more episodes of that show, that I'll really vibe with it. But it's essentially a mockumentary show on FX about a group of vampires, and that's really all you need to know. Let's see. So we watched that. I watched a little bit of Shark Tank, and that was interesting. So I don't think I've really ever sat down and watched a lot of Shark Tank before. I think I may have like seen short parts of a Shark Tank episode, but I actually really dig it. I like the idea of having to present like your business or your product to like a board of executives and to be able to possibly receive such a huge payoff if you can convince them, if you can persuade them that it's a good idea for them to invest. And um, I didn't see anybody get a deal. Like while I was watching Shark Tank, I didn't see anyone like succeed at getting their project invested, but was really interested seeing their presentations and seeing the investors talk about what they liked and what they didn't like about each presentation. I really like presenting, so I think that was really cool. Let's see. So I watched a little bit of Shark Tank. Um, Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics like talk about on the stream? Ryan's like, duel me. I'll hit you up in like a fan poll stream at some point. Speaking of the fan poll, sorry that I didn't do the fan poll today. During the time where I would have normally done the fan poll, I was moving stuff from the dorm to dad's house. The reason why I currently don't want to do dueling book is because I'm just more in like a talk hangout mood than a full on like play a game mood, if that makes sense. I can still play a game during the last 30. Something on the PS4 though. PS4 is just easier to stream. Um, let's see, what am I thinking about? Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. I was going over the stuff that I was doing today. The last thing I said had to do with the fan poll. Yeah, because of moving from my dorm to my dad's, I did not do the fan poll earlier today, and I'm sorry that I didn't do like a post or a video saying, "Hey, No fan poll today. I do apologize for that. Dad said something weird earlier today. Dad claimed that at some point I had three Patreon supporters and that he was the third one. I don't remember having any Patreon supporters other than my dad, so I apologize to anyone who supported on Patreon and I didn't hit you up with anything. I don't know. Patreon gave me a notification when dad joined. I don't remember getting any notifications about anyone else hitting up my Patreon. But I appreciate any support that you guys give. And I'm sorry. I don't understand how I had three patrons at any time and didn't know. Let's see. Oh, we watched the first episode of Doom Patrol as a family as well. Doom Patrol seems alright. Not much to say about that. Ryan said dual me or beta, Nani says. That does sound like something Nani would say. Let's see. Nani said, finally, where you at? I'm at dad's house. Yeah, the easy answer. Let's see. Popping out the live chat. I now have it up on my computer, which is always the preferred setup. If Kels is able to join us tonight, I can read the last part of Kels' fan fiction. Because we're finally hit part 9. But yeah, let's see. What are things that I have like scheduled for the future? Because I've more or less gone over a lot of the stuff that I've done today. Um, Tomorrow, well, not tomorrow. Like right now, I have. Well, it's weird to say right now. Today at 1:30. That's the better way to do it. Today at 1:30 p.m. I have a date with Beth. We're gonna be hanging out at Barnes and Nobles. Tomorrow, on Saturday, there's going to be free comic book day. For free comic book day, Beth wants to do a date at The Deep, which is our local comic book store. But I'm currently debating about whether or not I want to do that. I don't like how crowded The Deep is on free comic book day. And I still wouldn't mind spending the day with Beth on Saturday. But I just don't want to deal with like bad parking and large crowds. So that's my current thing. If I don't hang out with Beth Saturday, I know that Colin really wanted to hang out and do a group thing, but I've already scheduled with Colin to try and hang out next Saturday instead. Um, Next week on Tuesday, well, next week on Monday is my niece's birthday. So I might go down to my niece's school, visit her for her birthday, help bring in like pizza and cupcakes and stuff like that. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to do that, but I don't think I have anything else planned, so I'm not exactly sure why I wouldn't do that. Let's see. On Tuesday, there's a MITRE event. MITRE is one of the businesses that I'm able to work for to fulfill my scholarship obligation, even though they're not technically a government agency. They're having a big event, but it's an invitational event where you have to apply, and then if they accept your application, you'll get an invite. They may or may not invite me. I'm not sure. So fingers crossed on that. If I get the invitation, that's what I'll be doing next Tuesday. Next Thursday at 1:30 p.m., Dozer and Tarina have already scheduled a hangout. I'm going to drive down to Dozer's place and we're just going to hang out. Serena has the day off, so that's just going to be a chill day. Like I said, next Saturday is going to be the Colin hangout where I hang out with Colin and the guys at their new place in Emerald Ridge. And what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, Sunday, like next Sunday is my birthday, and it's also Mother's Day, so I'm probably gonna drive down to mom, so I'm gonna hang out with mom and celebrate my birthday. Nani says that he's doing the Towers of Time, and then he said, so you're not gonna see the boys no more? And he said, are you gonna hang with Matt or Ryan? So I'm definitely gonna keep hanging out with Ryan. Matt, it'll probably just be limited to hanging out via these vlogs and streams. Matt's going to Florida. Matt's from Florida. So since the semester's over, Matt's going back to Florida. So there's not a real way for us to hang like on an everyday basis kind of thing. When it comes to hanging out with the boys, I already mentioned I'm going to be hanging out with Colin and them Saturday. Ryan then changed his name to Rain. That's an interesting name. Rain spelled with a Y. Let's see. What am I thinking about? I've noticed recently, it's only happened like a few times. When I start up my car will like shake. I don't know why it's doing it, but it'll like vibrate a lot. And the vibration thing like calms down after you drive for a bit, but it's weird that it does that at all. So I'm not a big fan of that. We don't know exactly why that's happening, but hopefully we'll get that checked out and that won't be a thing anymore. Grandma checked how many miles I put on the car since I've owned it because it used to be Grandma's car. And Grandma's like, you haven't been driving like at all because the mileage is barely any higher. Not mileage, but number of miles like on it has barely gone up at all. And I really don't drive that much, but it seems like I'm about to be driving a lot more. Let's see. Nani said, whatever the fuck Nani said. I don't know. Nani's troll comments are a lot less interesting than when he has something actually cool to say. Nani said, what if Ryan did something to your car? What if you tampered with it? I doubt Ryan would have done anything to my car. Ryan, have you like seen my car yet? Yeah, that just seems very unlikely. I don't even know if Ryan knows what my car looks like. Um, I'm trying to think of other things. When it comes to the hypnosis stuff, I've been looking up like instant hypnotic inductions and stuff like that. So there are methods that stage hypnotists use in order to get people in a hypnotic trance like really quickly. So I've been looking into that and trying to understand that more. Me and Beth have been texting, and Beth is interested in me trying to like hypnotize her. I think it would be interesting. I just don't have any experience hypnotizing another person, so I'm not sure if I'd be able to do it or not. But at least I have like a willing test subject. Ryan said I don't know what Zikar looks like. Yep. So I don't see how Ryan could have tampered with it. Sam said, "What's up?" Yes, Sam. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Nani asked, "Are you doing Maddie things?" I don't even know what that means. Like as a question. Um, Define Maddie things, and then I then would be able to answer your question. That's the only part I don't understand. And then Nani said, Maddie's into that kind of thing. Into hypnosis? I don't really know. Uh, we never really talked about hypnosis stuff, so I have no idea. But Beth definitely seems to be into hypnosis stuff, and I'm like getting into it. Self hypnosis is something that I've like vibed with, but when it comes to hypnotizing another person, I've never looked too deep into it. Sam said I just got back from a play that was a disaster. What play did you see, and why do you think the play was a disaster? Nani then says Beth's name wrong for some reason. He said, have you smashed Bertha? I don't know who the fuck Bertha is. Me and Beth have only been on like a couple dates or so, if you can call them dates. This one, we're just straight up both calling a date. The other ones were more or less just like hangouts where you just talk. No, haven't smashed. I'm not trying to rush into anything. I feel like my last two relationships, I rushed into stuff. I want to just go for the ride, just see what happens, kind of thing. And then Nani said, a play? Yeah. Sam is clearly a person of culture going to see these plays, but apparently this play was a disaster. So I'm very curious to hear why the play was a disaster and what was the play. I personally don't go to see a lot of plays, but my dad will go to like high school and college plays in the area just to do it and just to see how it is. I'm not a big play guy though. Nothing against them. Just it's never been a thing where I'm like, man, you know what I want to do right now? Go see a play. You know what I mean? Just never really hits me as like a big thing of interest. See, I'm trying to think of more stuff. Um, I'm glad that all the moving is done, like moving stuff from the dorm to dad's house. I'm glad that I have all my stuff set up in the living room. So I have like my TV and my PS4 and my laptop all connected and plugged in, which is good. All my stuff that's not down here has already been moved to my room, so I don't have to worry about doing that either. Now my focus is going to be on getting a non conditional job offer. That's pretty much it. Yep. Let's see. Nani said, sounds like a Nick thing. Then Sam said, I was in the play. Oh, Sam was in the play. He didn't just go to see one. Sam was a part of it. Sam said, I was in the play, and people skipped my lines and skipped whole parts, and I forgot what it was called. So you were in a play, but you forgot what the title of the play was? I guess that's kind of surprising. But they skipped your lines and they skipped like whole parts of the play. That does sound like a disaster. What was your character like? Like, who were you playing in the play? Nani said, that's a scary thing. He said, what if you just forgot your lines? He said, that would be very awkward. I think there's a big difference between Sam forgetting lines and people skipping over his lines and entire parts of like his play. Cuz I don't know, if you forgot your lines, I don't think people, it's not that people wouldn't skip them, but you would have no idea your lines were skipped. Like I don't think Sam would be like, "Yeah, they just skipped me," if they forgot Sam's parts. Like that doesn't, those don't go together, Nani. I don't know what you mean on that one. Let's see. Has everybody said how they're doing today? Sam is currently going into how they're doing today. Um, Nani mentioned that he's doing the Time Towers in Mortal Kombat 11. All Ryan really said was duel me. I don't really know how he's doing today. Sam said Backwoods Nonsense was the name of the play, and he said he was a fisherman. Gotta get that fish. Okay. I've never heard of Backwoods Nonsense. Is the fisherman like a key character? Because now in my head, I'm like, what if the fisherman is like a really important character, but they skipped over his parts? I wonder how like the audience would have taken that and how they would have been able to piece together like the elements of the story. But I'm sorry to hear that they skipped over your parts. What did you do? Like how did you react when they skipped over your parts? And were you able to like, I don't really know what you do other than just keep going with the flow of things. But it's weird to think that they skipped your parts. How many times did they like skip your parts and like skip your lines? Like, did you get the opportunity to like say some lines at least and like do some of your parts? And do they have like a reason why they skipped them? Like, did they just forget your parts or did they like cut your parts for whatever reason? I guess that would be my question. Let's see. Still trying to think. I'm waiting for Kells to show up before I were to read the last part of Kells' fan fiction. Nani said, "What if Nick was in a play with Maddie and they needed to kiss?" That sounds like a TV like sitcom plot kind of thing. Um, I imagine we just do whatever the play said because it's just a play. Yeah, I feel like TV shows make big deals out of that kind of thing. But if you're both in a play and you just happen to get cast that way, I think that's just what happens. Sam said, "Okay, so long story short, the whole play, I can't get one fish. Then I get Bigfoot and they panicked. So the idea is that throughout the play, you're a fisherman trying to catch a fish, but instead you catch Bigfoot and it causes a panic. So are you like the main character then? Like is it like about you? Cuz that it sounds really weird the idea that they would skip your parts and your lines if the whole play is centered around the fisherman. That just seems like it would be really odd. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I'm still accepting submissions for fan fiction and fan art. Feel free to submit any fan fiction, 200 words or less, to our Amino. I'll post a link to the Amino in the live chat. Also, feel free to submit any fan art featuring your boy. Um, Greatly appreciate it. I'll make sure to try and share fan art and fan fiction on these streams, on these vlogs. Not only will I share them on the vlogs, if I get enough fan art, I'll put it all together and I'll do like a slideshow on the channel. I'll talk about the different fan art pieces and which ones I like and what I like about each one. I also do dramatic readings of the fan fictions. So if you create a 200 word or less fan fiction and post it on the Amino, I'd be more than happy to read it and like do a dramatic reading of it on the channel. I also not only do the dramatic readings of the fan fictions, but if you have like a long fan fiction, like longer than 200 words, you can break it down into 200 word parts, and then I'll like read the parts as dramatic readings, only doing like one part per vlog. Let's see, Nani said, "Why don't you text in the Amino?" So if you send me a message like in the Amino like private chat, I do respond to like private messages on Amino. A lot of times though, when people have questions that they want to ask me, they normally just ask them like in a vlog, like in a live chat. This is all the vlogs really are, right? It's just me talking directly to you. So it's just really easy to catch me at a time where you can like talk to me. Also, you can always contact me through comments. I try to read and respond to YouTube comments as much as I can. I will say, recently when it comes to comments, I have fallen behind a little bit on replying. There's one comment in particular that I haven't replied to yet that's about a Justice League of America video that I did that I really do want to reply to. Sam said, no, far from the main character. But I am doing a bad job at explaining this. The people in the play did not panic. The people in real life panicked. Okay, so in the play, you're trying to catch a fish, but you, instead of catching a fish, catch a Bigfoot. And then the audience panicked because you caught a Bigfoot in the play? Or are you saying the actors panicked because you caught a Bigfoot in the play? Because it almost sounds like the fellow actors like didn't know what was supposed to happen, so then they're freaked out. That would also explain why they would like skip lines and skip parts, because if they don't know what's supposed to happen, then they don't know that they're skipping it. So it could be like an unintentional thing. I'm trying to piece together what's going on, um, but I'll try my best to understand, Sam. Feel free to continue like telling us more details of the story, and maybe we can try and piece together what happened. Let's see. Oh yeah, but I am definitely a fan of when you guys submit fan art and fan fiction. A matter of fact, someone the other day, it was kind of trolly. I believe it was Holly. Holly came on, and Holly would do like really short fan fictions in the live chat, where they'd start it out and they'd be like, Nick did da na 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 da na 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 the end, like really quick fan fictions that I read while I was playing Shadow of Mordor. I actually thought that was kind of interesting, not gonna lie. They were really short, and some of them seemed like they were promising. And then Holly would throw something in that would kind of make it not as cool as it could have been. One was like me versus the Grinch. So Holly did like a me versus the Grinch who stole Christmas. And I thought it would be really cool. Holly set it up to be like really dope. And then the ending just kind of fell flat. It was kind of weird. Let's see. Nani's just posted more troll stuff in the chat. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to talk about. I am curious about what books on hypnosis I might find when I go to Barnes and Nobles. I've been to Barnes and Nobles recently. I went with Ryan, and I bought a Marvel superhero guidebook that came out this year. I'm curious how many I'll be able to find. Sam said, no, the actors, that's why they got their part messed up. We got 8 times to practice. So the actors freaked out when the Bigfoot showed up, and you guys practiced 8 times? How did they not know that the Bigfoot was supposed to show up? Did something go wrong when the Bigfoot showed up? Yeah, because now I'm just curious. I'm very curious to see like why the actors freaked out. I'm not entirely sure. Especially if you practice it 8 times, you think they'd see it coming. They've seen it 8 other times. The other times when you practiced, was the Bigfoot actor there? So was that like the first time the Bigfoot actor showed up? Yeah, I guess I'm still a little lost on that. I'm super ready for your boy Kels to pop up. There are like 2 reasons why I'm super ready for Kels to pop up. Reason number one, we're at the last part of Kels' fan fiction, part number 9, and I do want to do a dramatic reading of that. And reason number 2, Kels wants to do a death battle kind of discussion in the live chat where we talk about who will win in a fight, me or Kels. This time it's like Hunter x Hunter inspired, and we both wrote out our nin abilities and what our powers would be if we were in the Hunter x Hunter universe. Um, though Kels, I think, is trying to make a new nin ability because he learned that the original one that he had thought of actually is something that already exists in Hunter x Hunter. He just hadn't seen that part of Hunter x Hunter yet, where it comes up, which was a surprising coincidence, to be honest, for that to be unintentional. Also, Tangent, if you guys aren't familiar with your boy Tangent, he comes on to the YouTube channel every once in a while and like talks in the live chat and posts comments. He has a spider Sona that he's worked on, which is more or less like if he was Spider-Man, this is how he would dress, and this is what his costume would be like. And he does Spider Sona fan art, and he also does Spider Sona cosplay. And he posted on the Nickabenson Nation Amino some fan art that he did and an image of his cosplay. So I just wanted to share that real quick. So here's an image of his Spider Sona fan art that he did. So this is art of his Spider Sona, and then here's the cosplay that he did of the Spider Sona. I actually think it looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man Homecoming suit, the way that it has like the hoodie built in. What I mean by the Homecoming suit is like the make-it-yourself homemade suit that like Peter made. I feel like it has a really similar like look to it. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase that for a bit because I thought that was pretty dope. Let's see. And then Sam said, no, the actors were nervous, like really nervous. It was most of their first times performing. Oh, I see. Interesting. Hmm. I could see how if they were nervous, they might like skip parts and skip lines and freak out. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that it was a disaster, based on what you said. Do you guys have any additional showings of the play coming up? And if so, do you think as you guys perform it more and more, that you'll become more comfortable performing in front of an audience, and then people will become less nervous, and it'll be a better and better performance as you guys can, excuse me, continue on? Because that's what I'd hope for. One thing that I was just reminded of, in a kind of gross way, because I burped, Dad, he grilled. It's been a long time since I've had any of the stuff that Dad's like grilled. Um, Dad likes to make what he calls Bubba burgers, which are the burgers that he buys from the store and then cooks on the grill. They're pretty good. I haven't had one in a long time, but I always put on like the white American cheese, which is Swiss but not really, and like barbecue sauce. But that was like a nice, different thing, something I've had before but haven't had in a long time, kind of thing. Sam said, no. He said, oh, it was a one time thing, like a school play, but not. Interesting. Um, Even though the play may not have gone the way that you had hoped, do you still feel like you had fun? I feel like in the end, that's what really matters. Like if you feel like you had a fun time, like getting into character and learning your lines and practicing, and if you had fun like doing the play, then I think it's worth the experience. You know what I mean? So that's my question to you. Do you feel like you had like a fun time in the play? Let's see. So right now, I guess I'm still thinking about the hypnosis stuff. I also want to write at some point, but I think after the vlog, I'm probably not going to write. I'm probably just going to go to bed, because I want to wake up around like 8 a.m. Dad says he's going to wake up at like 7 a.m., so I might just wake up when Dad does. I need to exercise, shower. Um, I need to eat. I don't know if I'm going to eat here or if I'm going to like go out to eat. Then I need to go on my date with Beth. It's gonna be my first time that I like drive to Bridge Street in my car. Hopefully my car doesn't mess up with the weird like shaky stuff. But I'm gonna drive to Bridge Street, go on the date with Beth, and then just probably come back. Because that's all I really have planned for tomorrow. At Bridge Street, I might get a shake at Maggie Moo's. I don't know how many points it takes. Well, I do know. I think that's the weird thing. I don't know how many points it used to take to get not a free shake, but a heavily discounted shake at Maggie Moo's. But now the number of points seem obnoxious. Seems like you need a lot of points to get a discounted shake, but it doesn't seem like you get a lot of points every time you buy a shake. I could have sworn I could go to Maggie Moo's like 3 or 4 times and get a shake, and then like on the fifth time get like $5 off. Now it seems like they've ranked up like how many points you need to get before you get that discount shake, and it may not be worth it anymore. I'm gonna find out soon enough. Sam said, "Yeah, he had fun." He said he had. Sam said, "Yeah, I had fun. I have 4 hours to make a couch with room to fit someone inside, and let someone sit on it, and that was really fun." I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Sam. See, as long as you feel like you had a fun time, you have like good memories, things you can look back on and like really vibe with, then it was worth it. So yeah, I'm happy to hear that you had a fun time working on the play. So real quick, I'm gonna check with everybody. I'm not sure if Ryan's still here, so I'm gonna check with Ryan and be like, "Yo, you still here?" I'm sure Ryan would like to talk about like some of the custom cards that he's made. He's been wanting me to duel him for a hot minute, so I imagine he's gonna be like, "Here are the custom cards I made." That, or he'll probably just want to show me the custom cards he made when we actually do duel, and that's also fair. And Nani, I'll check in on you. So Nani, how's doing the time towers in Mortal Kombat 11? Sam said, if you're up to play Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm down. So Ryan asked earlier if I'd be down to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Not right now. Only because I think if I'm down to play anything right now, it's like Shadow of Mordor. But I'm really willing to play anything on the PS4 that I've like played before. I'm down to play like anything on the PS4 that you guys want. That's what we normally do. In the last 30 minutes, you guys can vote for what game you like me to play on PS4, and then whatever you guys vote for is what I'll then do on the stream. If you guys vote for any game that I don't have immediately on me, I need to bring my games down from upstairs. But I have Shadow of Mordor already like loaded in it, and I have a lot of games that I've already like pre-downloaded. Like Hover is pre-downloaded. Um, Injustice 2, I believe. Man, I don't think Injustice 2 is a disc, but it might be a disc. I know Dragon Ball Fighter Z is a disc and Tekken 7 is a disc, but I can play Brawlhalla at any time with the greatest of ease because that's just downloaded on the PS4. We have the Jackbox games, which are really popular. People like to vote for those. But with so few people, I don't really think we could get like a really big game, a Jackbox going. I have Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, Nitro Plus Blasters, which is like a fighting game. Um, I just have a lot of stuff. I have Sims 4. I haven't played Sims 4 in a hot minute, now that I think about it. Real quick while we're all hanging out, I'm going to look up more stuff on hypnotic induction. So if you're not familiar with what like hypnotic induction is, the whole idea behind that is that before you can like hypnotize someone or hypnotize yourself, you have to enter like this special trance state, and then once you're in that trance state, um, well, you have to make whoever you're hypnotizing enter the trance state, which is called induction. And then once induction has been completed, then they're more suggestible. You can like ask them to do things, and they're more likely to like take on your suggestion. Apparently, I think hypnosis is kind of weird, but that's part of why I'm so interested in learning more about it. Sam said, he said, I am just redid my Yu-Gi-Oh folder, and I'm so happy I remembered. You redid your Yu-Gi-Oh folder. Is that like your card binder kind of thing? Like where you like collect your cards on individual pages? Do you mean like your Yu-Gi-Oh folder on like your computer? I guess I don't know what you're referring to when you're saying your Yu-Gi-Oh folder. And then Sam said, yeah, IRL. Okay, cool. So what did you do to redo it? Did you put it in alphabetical order? Did you order it by like rarity? Did you get like some new cards? So you put some cards in, take some cards out? What about what you did to your Yu-Gi-Oh binder do you feel like really hype about? Where you're like, ooh, this is cool. Also, since I'm looking up so much hypnosis based stuff and we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, I wonder if there's any Yu-Gi-Oh archetype that's based on hypnosis. I know there are cards, most definitely, that are based on hypnosis. But are there like any straight up archetypes based on that? Mass hypnosis is like an alien card. I know that there's like a alien hypno or whatever card that's all about hypnosis. Yeah, I don't think there's any hypnosis based archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh. That'd be interesting though. I imagine the whole thing would be taking control of your opponent's monsters would be like a big thing if you were using hypnosis. I feel like they could have done a hypnosis archetype when they had pendulum monsters because it's a similar like swinging back and forth kind of mechanic. So I think if they had pendulum hypnosis monsters that had to do with pendulum summoning and stealing your opponent's monsters, that probably could have been pretty cool. I could make that and have it on Dueling Book. So right now I'm on Yu-Gi-Oh Wikia. I'm just typing in hypnosis just to see what comes up. Dum, 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 Let's see. I probably shouldn't type in hypnosis. I'm gonna just search hypno. And they're like, do you mean alien hypno? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let me read the card tips and see what people normally do with alien hypno. It's weird because it's a Gemini monster, so it doesn't really get its effect until you normal summon it again. Let's see. And it's able to take control of monsters that have A counters on them, but it itself doesn't produce A counters, which I feel like is kind of a rip. It'd be nice if once per turn Alien Hypno could like create an A counter and then you could take control of monsters that have A counters. But I guess if that was the case, um, you could technically just steal one monster from your opponent and just keep it, but you wouldn't necessarily be able to manage it too well. I know why they didn't give it the ability to make A counters, but it still feels weird. Let's see. So, Alien Hypno's effects are not limited to per turn, so you can activate its effects as many times as possible, provided you have enough A counters. That's pretty good. Sam said, I bought some cars today and did not have room for them, so I sorted them and redid it, and I needed to because I'm taking some cards to a card shop to sell or trade. Interesting. So when I played physical Yu-Gi-Oh, very rarely did I trade cards with anyone, and I could only really be convinced to trade a card when I was trying to build a very specific deck, and I needed cards with very specific effects or that were a part of a specific archetype in order to satisfy the deck I was making. That would be the only time I would trade anything. And then I never sold cards. Like, I don't think I ever had a card and was like, I'd rather have the money than the card itself. So I guess what I'd ask you is, what normally motivates you to sell your cards? Like, once you have a card already, to say, you know what, I'd rather have the money than have this card. Like, what normally goes through your head when you decide on what you want to sell? Let's see. So you can send Alien Hypno to the graveyard with Featherizer or Future Fusion by selecting Super Alloy Beast Raptinus. You can then revive it with Alien Ammonite for a Synchro Summon or with any normal monster revival card to gain its effects that same turn. I see what you mean. So if you special summon Alien Hypno without using your normal summon, then you can use your normal summon to immediately get its effects without having to wait so long. So I understand what they're coming on. I understand what they're saying with that. I don't know why I said coming on. Let's see. Sam said cards I won't use or don't want, like Chemicritters. Chemicritters. Do 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 do. Also, did you just straight up say that you like don't vibe with like a whole archetype? Do you mean Kimmy critters? Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Let's see. Is an archetype of level 2 and 8 Gemini monsters. So you just don't vibe with Kimmy critters? They sound kind of bad. They're level 2 and level 8. Okay, the main strategy of a Kimmy Critter deck is to easily summon Gemini monsters and give their effects. Attribute summoners can be used with Creature Swap to speed up your deck, with Mother Grizzly summoning Poly Kimmy Critter High Dragon and Kimmy Critter Hydron Hawk. Flying Kamakiri 1 summoning Kimmy Critter Oxyox, and Featherizer and UFO Turtle summoning Kimmy Critter Carbo Crab, and Blazewing Butterfly. Adding in Gemini Trap Hole is a possibility due to using the effect of Catalyst Field to summon Kimmy Critter monsters and other Gemini monsters 2 to 3 times in a single turn, and a quick way to kill your opponent's monsters with Unleash Your Power just before your opponent attacks one of your Gemini monsters. Huh. So Kimmy Critters is all about Gemini monsters. Were you saying that Kimmy Critters are cards that you won't use or don't want? Or were you giving them as an example of Gemini monsters since I was talking about Alien Hypno? Because I just realized you could have been referring to either one. I might play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Tonight. It depends. Now I'm thinking about if I was to make a Alien Hypno deck, since I'm getting all into the hypnosis stuff, how exactly would I do that? So I'm going to create a new deck, but first I need to figure out what deck number I'm on. So I'm about to make AWIP 2.79, and that's going to be my new alien deck, specifically Alien Hypno. I feel like there are probably much better decks for stealing people's monsters, but this is more me going for the theme. So Alien Hypno, and then there's a field spell that lets you just use Gemini monster effects immediately. But I clicked off of that page, so I don't know what it is. Hey. Maybe it has Kimmy Critter in its name. That would actually be really helpful. And it doesn't. Okay, cool. Unleash Your Power is a quick play spell card. So that's not what I'm looking for. I guess I'll have to search the Yu-Gi-Oh database. Oh, I have a question to everyone who's currently watching. What would you like to see me do in future videos? Like, is there a type of video or like a topic that you'd like me to discuss in a future video? I'm just very curious. Oh, catalyst fields. Each turn, one level 5 or higher Gemini monster you normal summon can be summoned without tributing. During your main phase, you can normal summon one Gemini monster in addition to your normal summon / set. Once per turn, you can target one card your opponent controls, banish one Gemini monster you control. That is treated as an effect monster and has gained its effects until your opponent's end phase. If you do, destroy that card. Okay, so Catalyst Field is what I'm looking for. Sam said, I will buy cards if the card interests me. The cards I'm selling, the he said the cards I am selling them because I got them at a yard sale and was not allowed to look inside. Oh, so you like bought some Yu-Gi-Oh cards hoping to get something good, and then once you saw what you got, you were like, that's understandable. Let's see. So if I'm going to make a deck based around Alien Hypno, then I need Catalyst Field so I can, with the greatest of ease, go into its Gemini effects. Let's see. So he wasn't allowed to look inside the tin that had the Yu-Gi-Oh cards because the woman running the sale was thinking that he was going to steal them. Why? Also, isn't that weird? Couldn't she just pay attention to you? Yeah, like, if she's afraid that the inventory is going to be stolen, then she could just look at it. She could just keep the tin with her. Or just watch you while you look through the cards. I don't know. I feel like that was weird of her. Let's see. So I feel like I'm definitely going to run Alien Dog in my Alien Hypno deck, because Alien Hypno needs A counters on monsters for him to take them over. And then Alien Dog puts A counters on monsters whenever you summon him. Plus, when you summon him, he's able to... when you summon an alien monster, like normal summon an alien monster, you can normal summon Alien Dog on top of that. Well, you can special summon Alien Dog. It's not another normal summon. Sorry, words are all getting mixed up. But yeah, essentially what I'm saying is I can play Alien Hypno, and then because I played Alien Hypno, special summon Alien Dog can put A counters on my opponent's monsters, and then I can use Alien Hypno to take control of my opponent's monsters. So it just ends up working in my favor. Let's see. Alien Kid. Place one A counter on all monsters special summoned to your opponent's side of the field. If a monster with an A counter battles an alien monster, loses 300 attack and defense for each A counter during damage calculation. So I can use Alien Kid to make it where every time my opponent special summons a monster, it gets A counters on it. And whenever my opponent's monsters have A counters on them, I can use Alien Hypno to steal those monsters. I'm not sure what other monsters I want right off the bat, or cards for that matter. So I'm going to look up A counter spell cards. Let's see. So Code A Ancient Ruins. Each time a face-up alien monster is destroyed, place one A counter on this card. Once per turn, you can remove 2 A counters from anywhere on the field to special summon one alien monster from the graveyard. That's weird. The like revival effect, I don't really think I care about that, if I'm being honest. Let's see, A Cell Scatterburst. Select one face of alien monster you control. Destroy it and distribute new A counters equal to its level among your opponent's face-up monsters. I don't like A Cell Scatterburst. I don't like the fact that you have to destroy a monster to throw out all those A counters. Excuse me. Sam said, but yeah, I did get a card that I've been trying to get. What card did you get at the yard sale that you were like trying to get? And what were the other cards that you didn't like that you now want to sell? Let's see. A cell recombination device. Target one face-up card on the field, send one alien monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, place A counters on that monster equal to the level of the sent monster. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one alien monster from your deck to your hand. So not only is it a searcher, but it can allow you to just put A counters on a monster. That one doesn't seem that bad. It still cost an alien monster for you to get out, um, but you also get to place counters with it, and it's not a monster that you already have on the field. That's the big thing that I like. I don't have to waste a summon to do it. Let's see. Sam White said Dystopia the Despondent was the one that I want. It's my fave. Oh, cool. I'm glad that you're able to find it. And you found that at a yard sale in a tin? That's not bad. It's not bad at all. See, Alien Hypno, Alien Dog. I'll look up the card that you're hype about. So, Dystopia the Despondent. It looks kind of like a bulky turtle man. 5,000 attack and defense. My goodness. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by sending 4 face-up level 1 monsters you control to the graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Other monsters you control cannot attack. During either player's battle step, once per battle involving this card, you can banish 1 level 1 monster from your graveyard. Until the end of the damage step, this card is unaffected by other card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay. So that definitely goes into like a level 1 deck, I would imagine. Sam said, I'm selling Performa Pals and Mech Phantom Beast. Oh, okay. That's fair. If that's not what you're looking for, then I understand why you wouldn't want to. Let's see. So ASA recombination device is pretty okay. They need a card, like aliens need a card where you can build up A counters on that card and then just spread them out whenever you want. I could have sworn there was a card that made A counters that you could just put on stuff. But I, for the life of me, don't know what that is. Like what I think I remember, I just don't see. Brainwashing Beam. Select one monster with at least one A counter on your opponent's side of the field and take control of that monster. During each of your end phases, remove one A counter from the controlled monster. If all A counters are removed from that monster or that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. So Brainwashing Beam is pretty much the same thing. And Planet Pollutant Virus, tribute one alien monster, destroy all face-up monsters without A counters on your opponent's side of the field. To the end of your opponent's third turn after this card's activation, place one A counter on each monster they summon. I don't know if I really like that or if I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. Brainwashing Beam just seems to be Alien Hypno, but as a trap card. I need a way of spreading more A counters. I need it to be like a disease, essentially, that just infects my opponents. Sam said, I dare you to make a deck with Shape Snatch. I'll look up what Shape Snatch is. I may not take up your dare. Oh, it's the monster from that one dude dresses up as it. Rank 10, right? The guy who does the archetype analysis videos or whatever. Rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! He has a guy who dresses up like Shape Snatch. A bow tie with horrible power that attacks an opponent by controlling others. It's one of those things where it has a cool like card text that makes it seem like it would have a cool effect if they were to do a retrain. It really does need a retrain. And then Sam White said, "Yep, that's the one. Shape Snatch." Oh, your boy. Oh wait, no. Ryan was the one who popped in and said Shape Snatch. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Yo, Ryan, are you gonna make that Shape Snatch deck now? He did a dare. Are you gonna accept his dare? Also, Ryan, I want to make a deck that's built around Alien Hypno. I know that may not be a good idea, but how could I do it? Let's see. Ryan said, I never left the stream, Jet. He said, I didn't even mute it. Then you just haven't been responding. I've asked you like questions directly, Ryan. You're just like, wasn't interested. Let's see. If this card is changed to defense position when it is normal or flip summoned, monsters with A counters cannot declare an attack. Nope, I'm trying to find more stuff to spread A counters. Okay, when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower alien monster from your graveyard. That's not bad. But that's not really what I'm looking for. What's this Link monster? I didn't know aliens had Link support. Okay, requires 2 reptile monsters. Quick effect. You can discard 1 monster, place 8 counters on face-up monsters on the field equal to the original level of the discarded monster. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon reptile monsters with different names from your graveyard, except Link monsters up to the number of monsters your opponent controls with A counters. You can only use each effect of Alien Shock Trooper Mighty Frame once per turn. He doesn't really he doesn't not support what I'm trying to do. He helps create A counters, which is nice. But I'm trying to use the A counters specifically to take control of my opponent's cards. Sam said, "Did you know that Destiny board was made like a Dark Exodia?" I mean, it's worse. It's worse than Exodia. Exodia is just an easier win con than Destiny board. Also, what about Exodia isn't already dark? Are the pieces of Exodia, yeah, they're all dark attribute. I already imagine Exodia to be like a dark thing. You know what I mean? So, it's weird for Dark Sanctuary to be Dark Exodia. Then Ryan said Exodia Necros. I mean, that's also a dark monster. To me, they all seem dark. I never look at Exodia and be like, light. That's a that's a good guy. You know what I mean? Something about Exodia in its own right seems kind of malevolent. I don't know. That's just me. Let's see. Alien dog, alien kid, and alien hypno. Sam said, well, if it had as much support as Exodia, it could be good. I mean, you can support Exodia by just being a draw card. Dark Sanctuary takes a good amount of time to get out. If they made Dark Sanctuary faster, that could be helpful. Um, but I don't know. I've played it a couple times on the channel, Dark Sanctuary stuff. I don't know any alien cards that are better than Alien Kid and Alien Dog to put in with Alien Hypno. Let's see. There are a whole bunch of ways that you can search. Crop circles. Let me look up crop circles. It's a trap card. Any number of monsters from your side of the field to the graveyard to activate this card. That seems stupid. Next. Summoner Monk is good. That gets a lot of things. Ooh, I keep popping my ankles. Gemini Soldier also apparently. Um, I don't know. Maybe the Alien Hypno deck is just stupid, which is why I can't get it to work. Yo, Nani, welcome back. It's good to have you. How's your day? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on this stream? I was gonna make an Alien Hypno deck because I'm currently into like hypnotism stuff, or at least I'm trying to get into it. Couldn't really. I don't know. I don't really think I want to anymore. Nani said, "I'm good, and you?" So far, so good. Fantastic as always. Thank you for asking. Maybe now I should just make a hypnosis based archetype. Make some custom cards. Nani said, that seems cool but boring. What about it do you feel like is cool? What about it do you feel is boring? Let's see. Sam said, Alien Ammonite. Look at that. Oh, I looked at that. It lets you special summon an alien monster from the graveyard. It itself is pretty weak, and you only get that effect when it's normal summon. I'm not a fan. I don't know. I kind of abandoned the alien thing just now. I think I'm more into maybe making a custom archetype now. Sorry about angling the camera down. I'm just trying to click on something. And then Nani said, what alien thing? Like I said, I was gonna make a alien deck. Yeah, Nani, what were you talking about? Like, if you don't know what I'm currently talking about, I guess I'm confused by your comment where you're like, that sounds cool but boring. This is like, you claim to not know what we're discussing, so I don't really know what you're saying. Let's see. Sam said, be right back. See when you get back. Let's see. Ryan said, Cosmic Fortress Golgar. I'm just going to search Golgar. Oh, Synchro Monster. See, already don't like it. That was pretty easy. Gosh, when you try to like use Google Images to look at it, and it's like, no, gonna go to the Wikia page. Alien Ammonite plus one or more non-tuner alien monsters. Once per turn, you can select any number of face-up spell or trap cards. Return those cards to their owner's hands and distribute new A counters among monsters on the field equal to the number of cards returned. Once per turn, you remove 2 A counters from anywhere on the field to destroy one card your opponent controls. I'm glad that it deals with spells and traps, and it can act as monster removal or just generic card removal. At the same time, I don't really like synchros that much. But I imagine that aliens have a lot more that they can do with synchros, so I probably just shouldn't have been messing with aliens in the first place. I'm not a member of Men in Black International. I will now try to create a hypnosis custom Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. So how do I want to go about it? Let's see, the Nani said, can you do an alien and then put something that I imagine is just a bad word in Spanish? Yep. So Nani in English asked, can you do a alien pussy? There you go. To anyone who didn't know what that meant before, you just learned some Spanish. Hey, it's not like this isn't educational, guys. Come on. Let's see. So let's see. So for the searcher, once per turn, place one hypnosis counter on an opponent's face-up monster. That's not how it would be phrased. Once per turn, place one hypnosis counter on a face-up monster your opponent controls. You can destroy one monster your opponent controls. No, you can destroy one monster with a hypnosis counter to add one hypnosis monster from your deck to your hand. Let's see. Ryan said the gay porn, Nani. Then Nani put up another troll comment. Nani, to me, the troll comments, they're just not funny. I think that's the thing that gets me. Like, if you had, like, troll comments where, like, I read them and I, like, laughed, I'd be like, ah, shit, that was at least somewhat entertaining. To me, they're just, like, predictable and they just get stale because you just do them all the time. And plus, I just feel like they're just not clever. Like this troll comment that I skipped over. I'm just gonna read it. Nani said, "What if Nick has ligma? Ligma isn't even one of the best of those jokes." So for those who don't know what a ligma joke is, the whole point is to get someone to ask like what is ligma or to like inquire about like what you mean, and then you're like lig my nuts, lig my dick. Like you say some shit like that. Bofa is the preferred one, at least for me. Because Bofa, people are like, what? And you're like, Bofa D's nuts. You know, there's, I don't know, they're stale memes, Nani. I want you to step up your game. You can be better with the troll comments. The Ligma is boring. What is this? I will critique your comments if you're gonna troll. I want to see like some good trolling. Ryan said, "We are awaiting it. We're awaiting that gay porn, Nani." Nani's been promising to make some gay fan fiction, fan art porn, or whatever. He hasn't delivered. I don't know what he's doing. Let's see. Nani said, "I'm gonna do it. I just don't have the time." Then Nani said, "I know you're into gay porn, but you can wait." Then Ryan said, "It's not for me, but for Jet." I thought it was for Kells, if anything. Then Nani said, "I'm just putting random things, Nick." He said, "You don't gotta explain." I do though, because it's garbage. So I'm just saying you could have better random things. Was crazy. Let's see. Then Ryan said, Jet. Ryan. Let's see. Then Nani said, Nick has changed. So recently, whenever I get on to Nani likes to go, Nick has changed. It's more just at a certain point you get bored of the same old shit, Nani. I am gonna get on to you if you just say trolly stuff that doesn't really matter. Let's see. Then Ryan said, "Are you hydrated?" I could go for something to drink. Nani said, "Now is more of a prick." Says the nigga who just goes in the live chats and just trolls. All you do is troll. Sometimes, Nani, you like deliver things to the conversation that are interesting. Like when you actually talk about things that you find interesting. But sometimes you just try to fill time with troll comments. I don't think they add to anything. So they're just kind of there. And they're not even like laughs. That's the thing that I don't like about it. They're just there. They don't add anything. A lot of times I end up skipping them. I just say that it's just troll stuff. I just don't know what motivates you to post it. Let's see. Ryan said he changed after divorce. It said it was rough on his dick. Nani said the divorce is getting to him. Look. Let's see. So for the hypnosis custom Yu-Gi-Oh archetype, once per turn, place one hypnosis counter on a face-up monster your opponent controls. You can destroy one monster with hypnosis counter to add one. You can destroy one face-up monster with a hypnosis counter to add one hypnosis monster from your deck to your hand. Let's see. Nani said exactly. You always skip over it. Skip over the troll comments. That's because they don't do anything. So that's what I'm trying to say. My whole thing is that like the troll comments just seem to be there to be there. They don't seem to add to the conversation. And that's my only thing. You can put in jokes. I feel like people put in things in the live chat that are funny all the time. But troll comments, like, Nani, how many times do you think in your life you've popped into this live chat and just said that you ripped a huge fart or that like you took a dump and it smelled bad? It's like, what are you, 9? I'm just saying. It's just I'm not entertained by that. Maybe other people are really entertained by that. I don't mean to just make this a shit on Nani thing. That's not my thing. But it just is something that now I'm just kind of bored of. It's just kind of there. I just don't really fuck with it. Just being honest. Let's see. Ryan said hypnosis shit less than Gradles. Then Nani said, so you're not gonna hang with Winslow no more? Lol. Winslow lives with Colin and them. So when I go visit Colin and them next Saturday, not this Saturday, Winslow will also be there. And I'll be hanging out with Winslow and them. Ryan said, use the bottle to stay hydrated so you can come safely. Come. Ryan is the I feel like where Ryan's going is that if you come while dehydrated, it hurts you. I've never heard anybody say that. And then Nani said, it's what I really do though. And then Nani said, wait, so they're living together? Yeah, so Colin, Winslow, and Max's girlfriend are all living together. I'm not sure if Gerard is also there or not, but as far as I know, it's just them, all living in an apartment together. Then Nani said, really, Ryan? Yeah, like, I don't know what Ryan is suggesting. Like, is that true? Colin is Q. Let's see. So, also, I could potentially make it better than Grados. The hypnosis stuff. See, once per turn, place one hypnosis counter on a face-up monster your opponent controls. You can destroy one face-up monster with a hypnosis counter to add one hypnosis monster from your deck to your hand. Nani said so in a house? No, they're living together at the apartment complex. So Colin already had an apartment at Emerald Ridge. Colin now has a new apartment at Emerald Ridge that he's sharing with Max and Winslow and Max's girlfriend. And maybe Gerard. I don't know if Gerard's living there or not. But they're all sharing the apartment together. And that's like the new place that they're staying at. The old apartment was being paid for by the school. But now that we've graduated, that's not a thing anymore. So they're just paying for it out of pocket, splitting it between each other. Let's see. Ryan said, you have to keep your fluids up. Then Nani said, didn't you say that you were going to live there too? No. At any point, I could be moving to Maryland. It doesn't make sense for me to like go in on splitting like an apartment for something that could potentially just be temporary. Now, if I end up living like locally, like if I end up just like staying in town, I could see myself eventually moving in with the guys if there's space. There may not be enough rooms in the apartment that they're in for me to like get in on that. So, plus I think they're in like the biggest like apartment size you can have. So if there isn't room, there's no way that I could get in on that now. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, if I end up staying locally, I could see myself like living with the guys, and if not, just probably getting my own place. Let's see. Ryan said, "So you can bleed from your dick." Goodness, Ryan, that seems quite graphic. Nani said, "Is it really far from there?" You're asking if Maryland is really far from Alabama. Yeah. Maryland is like half an hour out from Washington, D.C. Alabama is hours away from Maryland, let alone from Washington, D.C. You take a plane when you're going to go from like Alabama to Maryland. It's not like a car ride thing. You could, probably don't want to. Just saying. So yeah. Nani said, I thought it was like a place. Yes, Maryland's a place. Still is a place. And then he said that you can drive to. You can, it'd be long. You'd rather take that plane trip, as I said. Like if I have like two different opportunities in Maryland. If I go to Maryland, I'm just gonna be like gone. I'm gonna be like not here. Ryan said you can in 10 hours. So if you want to do like a 10-hour drive, Nani, from like here to Maryland, that's a reach. I'd rather not do that. Rather just take a plane. Let's see. I can probably make the hypnosis cards better. So searcher, card destruction. Kel said, please tell me the stream's not over. It's not, Kels. And yes, I have not done the dramatic reading yet. I've been waiting specifically for you to arrive. I also, I haven't brought this up yet. I also want to talk Ben 10. I also want to do the like Hunter x Hunter death battle thing where we do like a battle between our nin abilities. Um, I want to see how you're doing today. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? What we're currently talking about, Kels, though I'm not too into any of these topics. Uh, Nani just learned that Maryland is really far away from like Alabama, and that if I end up going to Maryland to work, that I'm just gonna be way out of town. I was getting on to Nani that he like trolls a little too much. I just feel like his trolling just isn't really that entertaining. So I was asking him about like maybe toning down the trolling a bit. Um, and then Ryan's talking about how if you don't get enough fluids, you can get hurt, masturbate. It's really weird. I don't even know how that came up. Ryan brought that up. Wasn't even like prompted by anything. Quite weird. Let's see, Kel said can't do the death battle. He says he hasn't made his nin ability yet. True. And then Ryan said Kevin times Kevin equals 11. Nani said I wasn't trying to be entertaining. Is the goal of the trolling to be like annoying? Is the goal of the trolling just to get a reaction out of me? Is the goal of the trolling just to give me something to skip? Is the goal of the trolling to make me like say weird stuff on air? Because all I'm gonna do is shit on you. That's my current goal. If you try to troll me, I will just shit on you. Straight up. Nani said you just need to put a new tampon in. It's just randomness. It's just unnecessary. That's all I'm saying. I I'm putting that bounty out, Nani. Do 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 do. Because I know that you can just offer real conversation. I know you can. You've done it in the past. I've had legitimate conversations with Nani that I've enjoyed. Nani said, you can shit on me. I don't care. Then don't bitch about it, because that's what you're doing. That's become my thing. Like, my new thing now is that when, like, Nani shit post, to, like, shit on the shit post. And then Nani will be like, why are you shitting on my shit post? And it's like, because you're just trolling. I'm just not that interested. I'm at a point where I don't vibe with the trolling anymore. Nani said, I'm not bitching about it. Well, the cool thing, Nani, is that I can like scroll up and I can read where you're like, Nick has changed and da na 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 na. And what's changed, I'm telling you the change. I don't fuck with the trolling anymore. It's just there. I don't appreciate it. I know you can just have real conversations. Ryan said real conversation is about the time you get caught up in your head ass. Then Kel said, I leave you guys alone for 5 minutes and you're talking about painful masturbation. That's Ryan. Then Nani said, I was trolling when I say you changed. Still bitching. I don't know. I still count that as bitching. I'm just saying. Because it's in reaction to me doing the shit-ons. So that's the vibe that I'm getting. I feel like we can definitely have cool combos though, Nani. Nani said I was serious about it before, but now I'm just overusing it. I feel like if you trolled a little less, Nani, I'd vibe a little bit more. If you didn't troll at all, I think I'd vibe even more. Because we already can get into like really interesting and crazy conversations without you adding the randomness. We say crazy stuff all the time, but normally it's fitting. It has context. It can be funny, you know. It can be interesting. But I'd rather hear like about your day or like discussion topics you like to talk about or like questions. You saying that you like ripped a mad fart or something is just there. It's just I don't know. I just don't care for it. Or randomly splashing in Spanish words for like body parts and shit into like things. Also don't care about it. I'm actually just gonna shit on stuff like that. I don't want it. I'd prefer if you didn't. Let's see. Kel said, it's okay, Nani. He said, I support your trolls. Ryan said, I didn't say masturbation, I said coming. True, true. Ryan is implying that if you're dehydrated and coming anyway, that it could be painful if you're not properly hydrated. Um, it'd be interesting if like a water bottle company, like not water bottle company, but like if a water bottle brand like Dasani was like helps you come like as like a tagline or like a slogan would be really weird. Deer Park helps you come with less pain. You know, like shit like that. It'd just be kind of odd. Nani then said, it's what I did though. Ryan said, context is not the only way to make the game a better person. Who's the game? Then Nani said, Kels, you know. Then Kel said, make sure to drink a water bottle before you come. Then Nani said, Ryan, how do you know that? It makes sense, I'd imagine. Because for you to have fluid in your body, you gotta stay hydrated. So I imagine it takes more strain when you have less fluid. That's where I believe Ryan's going for it. Ryan may have his own chain of logic. I don't know. I'll let Ryan answer that question then. Let's see. So I'm trying to make a new Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. I'm gonna call it Hypnosis, or maybe Hypnotist, something like that. But I'm gonna have a Searcher, Card Destruction, um, Win Condition card. Oh, Card Protection. When I say Card Destruction, it should be like card removal. Excuse me. Let's see. I'll add a beater, like a monster that's just strong. It's able to like beat over opponent's monsters, or help your monsters beat over your opponent's cards. Searching, beater, card removal, card protection, win condition. I'll add a stall card. Okay, so the stall card. Face up monsters your opponent controls with hypnosis counters cannot declare attacks. Oh, sorry. Cannot declare attacks is stupid. Cannot attack. Face up monsters your opponent controls with hypnosis counters cannot attack. Let's see, where we at? Kel said Ryan is secretly one of those sex doctors. That's an interesting phrasing, Kels. Nani said, but what if you were in the middle of a desert and the only things were your cum and pee to drink? You would drink pee. Who's like, cum? Who? Because that just doesn't, why would you drink that? Like, it's a known thing. Is that an urban legend? Now I actually want to search that. I'm gonna search, because people have always said, like, you can drink your pee to survive or whatever. Yeah, like, can you drink your own urine or whatever? Is that, like, actually, like, a real thing? Or is that an urban legend? Let's see. Because that may actually be an urban legend. Ryan said bleeding from your penis is unpleasant. Yeah, I imagine it would be. Kel said, Jet, can we do the dramatic reading? I really want to hear you say the last line. Now I'm curious what the last line is. Then he said, lol. He said, what's the dramatic reading about? It's your boy Kel's fan fiction that we've been doing for like 8 vlogs in a row. The idea of you asking that seemed very odd because it's been a thing, and everyone is like, it's just surprising that you wouldn't have heard of it after 8 other vlogs of this same thing. Nani said, how would you pee blood though? Like, how does that happen? The same way that you can like spit blood, or you can like shit blood, or that you can have like a nosebleed. Like things can happen, like things can go wrong inside of your body that then cause blood to come out of an orifice. And there are a number of different things, and it depends on the type of body being discussed. But in the same way anything else can bleed and it come out of an orifice, that can also happen in your dick. You know what I mean? Ryan said kidney problems, and then Nadi said, "But isn't that like really bad though?" Yeah, I imagine if that were to happen, you would like see a doctor, right? You wouldn't just like chill with it. Anyways, here is the ninth and final part of Kells' fan fiction. It's called Sugar versus the Winter. It's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan fiction where me and Kells are fighting over pineapple on pizza. We each have a stand, which is a special ability that personifies itself as like a weird ghost that only stand users can see, people with powers. Mine is called the Winter. It's named after my favorite song by Cake. It has temperature and position manipulation based abilities. And Kel's, his stand is called Sugar, based off of his favorite song by Maroon 5. It has abilities related to electronics. And it's actually like a stand that is personified by like two ghostly beings. This is the last part of the fight. If you guys want to see the whole thing, right? Then make sure that you guys tune in to the past vlogs where I've done the other dramatic readings, as well as check out our Amino. All of it is posted on the Amino. And if you guys want to read along, I'll post the link in the live chat. Wow, that is a thicky link. Okay, so here's the dramatic reading. Also, I can't be too loud. It's now like 1 a.m. and Dad and his wife are like asleep. So I'm going to try not to be too loud. He then walks back over to Kells to finish what he was going to do before, until Kells says, looks up at. Oh, it's weird because he has narration in the middle of the line, my bad. Until Kells said, Kells looks up at Jet confidently. That wouldn't have been cool and all if there wasn't a second bullet. Jet then looks over to his right and sees that the pistol has turned into another electrically charged bullet, which immediately fires at him as soon as he sees it. He tries to do the same thing as he did with the first bullet, but after a few seconds, he realizes he can't keep up with the constantly accelerating speed of two bullets. He keeps it up for a little bit until a bullet pierces his lower right thigh. Before Jet can react, Kel says to him, "Looks like the only topping on your pizza," stands up and strikes a pose, "is pain." The bullets then constantly go in and out of every part of Jet's body, with electricity flowing through his body every time a bullet enters his body. The bullets repeatedly bursting through, in and out of Jet's body while Kel shouts, "Run, run, 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 run." Jet's body falls on the floor while his stand slowly dissipates. The temperature rises back up to normal levels as Kel stands triumphantly over Jet. He turns Sugar into a phone and then calls 911. The 911 operator answers. "Hi, what's your emergency?" And Kells replies, "I need your help. There's someone here," strikes a fabulous pose, "who seems to have ordered the wrong pizza." Part 9. End. The winner, Kells. So yeah, sorry. I feel like some of that I could have probably expressed with a little bit more like energy and excitement. But like I said, I'm trying to not be too loud because I know that others are asleep and they have work tomorrow, kind of thing. But I hope that you guys still enjoyed the dramatic reading. I do think that if I was at the dorm, I would have gone a little bit harder with that last part. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Let's see. Kel said, "Jet, you should teach a class." Kels, if you wanted me to teach a class on a subject, what subject would you want me to teach it on? If it was like comic books, I could probably do it. Like if it was about like a particular superhero or something. But everybody in the live chat, there's an open question. If you wanted me to do like a stream or a vlog or a video where I like tried to teach you guys about a particular topic or subject, what topic would you like me to discuss in the video or like try to teach you guys about? Let's see. Ryan said you could also bleed from a wound on your dick or in your dick. Internal bleeding. Let's see. Ryan said they're going to change the Sonic movie or something. who's going to change the Sonic movie? Then Ryan said, uh, his body is raped by bullets. Uh, Kells did go really hard into the description of the bullets go in and out and in and out and through and in and out. And the first bullet hits me in like my right thigh, which is a very specific position for that bullet to hit. Let's see. Kel said that was nice. I'm glad that you enjoyed the dramatic reading, Kels. Ryan said teach divorce law. From what I can tell you from my experience getting divorced, um, it's really easy. It's really easy to get divorced. So first, you find like an attorney. Well, it's really easy to get a consensual divorce. That's the better way to say it. Like if neither party wants anything from the other party, so you're not trying to like get possession of someone's money or material objects or like housing or anything, then you can just more or less get an attorney that represents one of you, not both of you, and that attorney writes up some paperwork that essentially says nobody wants anything from anybody, and then you guys sign that paperwork, and then you have to pay a legal fee. From what I've learned, we paid too much for ours, like way too much, and that we could have gotten it for way cheaper. But pay the legal fee, and then at least in Alabama, you then have like a 30-day period where you're still married. And it's supposed to give you the option to, if you want, say, no, we want to like stay married. And then after that, you're divorced. So there you go. That's Ryan's teach divorce law thing. Kel said, now I gotta write the one where you win, because I don't want to have the only one that exists to be the one where I win. Well, Kel's one thing that could help you out is you could have the one where I win start at like not necessarily the beginning of the story, but have it start at like one of the parts. So Kel's, you could be like, this starts after part da na 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 of the Kel's version, and then events turn out differently from that point on versus what happened in the Kells version. That way you don't have to like start from the very beginning and write forward again. You can just write from a certain point where things are different in the version where I win. Let's see. Nani asked, can you post videos on Amino? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I've ever tried to. Then Kel said, yeah, Jet, sorry that I bullet raped you. Hey, it happens. Ryan said, abortion is now a felony in Alabama. And then Ryan said, with now the harshest such laws in the country. That was kinda not really related. So Ryan, I'm gonna hit you up with an intervention. Earlier, I hit Nani up with an intervention because I feel like Nani trolls too much. Ryan, I do think sometimes you get a little political, or you jump into like a historical fun fact, and you get really deep into a particular topic where you have a lot to say about it, um, but you don't necessarily ask questions about it. And then when you do, it's something that's so far outside of my interest range that I can't have like a meaningful discussion with you on it. Um, I don't know how much I can really say about that, like to give as like constructive criticism, but I just feel like most of the time when you go into like politics and like controversial topics or like history, I just can't really follow. I just can't really give like good feedback or like really like spark a discussion or like get in depth in talking about it. That's my main thing. That's part of what I don't like about the Nani trolling as well. It's just it's there, and sometimes there can just be like a lot of it in the chat, and it's just there's not, to me it just doesn't really add to the experience. It's just kind of there. It like becomes filler. And I guess that's not what I don't really like that. Just being honest. Again, I'm not trying to shit on Ryan. I'm not trying to shit on Nani. I'm just letting you guys know that there are certain things that you guys do that I'd prefer if you didn't do that. Let's see. Kel said, yeah, yours is going to be way shorter because I don't want to wait like 2 weeks. True, to get like the whole story out there. Nani said he made a little video of waifus, like with music. Interesting. So I imagine Rukia was there because you're really into Rukia. Um, who are your top three waifus, Nani? I've noticed a lot of YouTubers are starting to do stuff like this, like where they rate their waifu. Rate my waifu is a thing where you give them like different scores based off of which anime waifus you vibe with the most. So Nani, I'm gonna ask you your top three waifus in no particular order. Order doesn't matter. Who are like the top three that you vibe with? Let's see. Kel said I feel left out. Now I want an intervention. Kel's, I don't really have an intervention. I'd just love to see like more fan fiction and like fan art and stuff like that. I really like it when you guys make fan fiction and fan art. And Kel's, you seem to get really into it. You like the dramatic readings and you like writing it out. So I just would like to encourage you to write more of it. And Nani, you do like a lot of cool art stuff. I know you're working on commissions. No rush from me on anything. But if you'd like to submit like more fan art, I greatly appreciate it. Of course, I'd share it on the channel and talk about it and give you my thoughts on it. And even if it's not fan art, Nani, if you just want to like post art, I'll look at it and I'll like tell you what I think of it. But I do think that you are a good artist, Nani, and I do really vibe with like the art stuff that you make. And Ryan, you're a really cool dude. I really do enjoy talking with you about like a variety of subjects and discussion topics. There are just certain ones that I don't fully vibe with, but you're still definitely like a cool friend, and I love hanging out with you. Yeah, like it's not a shit on thing. It's just there are certain things that I don't vibe with very much, and I would prefer if we just didn't do that. Let's see. Then Nani said shutting on it. Then he said shitting on us. Then his three waifus are Rukia, Elizabeth, and Toka. Elizabeth from Seven Deadly Sins and Toka from Tokyo Ghoul. I've heard that Tokyo Ghoul is really good. I haven't gotten into it. My mom really likes Seven Deadly Sins. Beth has watched a little bit of Seven Deadly Sins but fallen behind. I couldn't really get into Seven Deadly Sins. I'm not really a big fan. Ryan said Elizabeth is a shitty waitress. I wouldn't really know. Kel said that was a positive intervention. Slams fist on the table. Tell me about how much of a piece of shit I am. I don't really have anything, Kels, for like intervention on something that you do that I don't really vibe with. And then Nani says she is, but she's hot. I guess she is a shitty waitress. Nani came in with that confirmation. I personally don't have a waifu list. Um, I'm like currently trying to think of one, I guess. Like if I was to have a waifu list, who would be on it? But I'm never really like that about like anime characters. I'm never like, "Oh shit. Oh shit." Um I do have a most attractive character in My Hero Academia though that I vibe with. I think the big hand girl, I never remember her name. In My Hero Academia, I'm really good at remembering people by their powers rather than their names. I know a few characters' names because they're in My Hero's One's Justice, the video game. But like the big hand girl, I think is the most attractive girl in My Hero Academia. I have a thing for redheads, and I just think the way that he like does her like drawing is really good. I think she's like the most attractive one. Let's see. So I guess if I was gonna do like the rate your waifu thing, she would probably be in my top three, more likely than not. Let's see. Nani said Ryan has husbandos like Kells. Then Ryan said I'm not gay though. And then Nani said the reason why I have waifus is because I draw them. Lol. Mm. Right now I'm just trying to stretch. Mm. I've done a lot of moving boxes and shit, uh, which I think is why like my arms are feeling tense. I think the heaviest box that I had to move from moving stuff from my dorm. I don't use drawers because I think it's easier to move when you don't have to like pull a bunch of stuff out of drawers. So I had certain things that were just sitting on desk. I took anything that was sitting on a desk and I just pushed it into like one like big box and I filled that box up with stuff that was just sitting on desk like textbooks and things of that nature. That was like the heaviest thing that we had to move. And Dad and I moved that upstairs today. Um, but I'm curious if that's why my arms are feeling tense. Let's see. Kel said, "You can have husbandos and not be gay." Then Nani said, I don't know. You seem kind of sus asking for the gay hentai all the time. Ryan did, without it being mentioned at all, ask Nani about that gay hentai. That doesn't mean that Ryan's gay, but even I, when Nani was talking about the hentai a lot, was like, hey, show it or it's not real. Because Nani keeps saying he's working on it, but he hasn't shown us even a rough draft picture of it yet. I just feel like the reason why people keep getting on the Nani is because he keeps bringing it up. That's the big thing. Um, but Nani has said that he hasn't really had a chance to work on it because he has other commissions. No rush from me. Feel free to do that whenever you want. I just may not be able to share it on YouTube. And by may not, I mean I wouldn't. There's no way in hell I'd be able to share that on YouTube. It sounds like you're going to draw literal porn. Let's see. Kel said, because we need that hentai, Nani. Let's see. Yeah, I was looking up, can you drink your own urine? Because I think it was Nani who was like, "Would you drink your urine or your semen?" It's like, why would you ever drink your semen? I don't understand that at all. Yeah, is drinking your own urine dangerous? Okay, this is the source of this is the British Broadcasting Channel. While drinking a small amount of urine is unlikely to be hazardous to your health, there is not enough modern evidence of its efficacy to suggest drinking it is healthy. And Dr. Andrew Thornber warns that you risk reintroducing dangerous waste products back into your system when you drink urine. So it sounds like if you drink a little bit of urine, not too bad, not going to be too hazardous. But if you continually drink your own urine, you're essentially just reintroducing waste back into your body that could potentially make you sick. So, really, you shouldn't drink either. But I've seen people say, like, in survival situations where there's no water, that you could potentially drink your own urine in order to keep going. But it sounds like that'll eventually probably make you sick. Just as a warning for anyone who's going to try to do that. Then Nani said, lol, I know. Then Kel said, even if you make it and I'm like 96 and I'm about to die, I'd be happy. Kels is like, he's willing to wait for the long haul. Nani said, can I show you a rough draft of Deku versus Goku? Sure. Feel free to post that to the Amino. Then Kel said, I guess making the Seaman would be more fun. Seaman. Mm. Let's see. I'm thinking about maybe getting some juice to drink while I'm doing this stream. Ryan has a good idea when he's talking about hydration. My lips look hella dry. I could use something to keep my body hydrated. Ryan, looking out. Let's see. So I might get up for a moment and get something to drink. Oh, real quick, I have a question that I'm gonna ask you guys. I'd like to see you guys' answers when I get back. Who do you think would win in a fight? Green Lantern or Ben 10? I know I mentioned this the other day, but I'm still thinking about that death battle that's coming up. So who do you think would win? Because Death Battle's gonna try and do that fight soon. I think they're gonna mess it up. Oh, and don't just tell me who do you think would win. Please tell me like why. You don't have to act out the whole fight or anything, but just tell me why you think one has the advantage over the other and what that advantage is. Sorry about the wait. I just got some spicy apple cider. Let's see. Ryan said stay quenched. Let's see. Nani said here where go. Then he said, wow, Ryan, why you dislike? Ryan said Ben can win if he turns into a yellow alien. Well, old school Green Lantern couldn't affect yellow things. So I would say back in the day, Ryan's speaking the truth. Um, the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott, his ring couldn't affect wood. So you could argue that if Ben turned into like a wood alien, that Green Lantern couldn't touch him back in the day. But now, Green Lantern rings no longer have the limitation of not being able to work on yellow things, nor do they have the limitation of not being able to work on wood. So that no longer acts as a defense. Then Nani said, where you go? Then Kel said Ben 10 because of Alien X. Alien X is really good. And even when Ben doesn't have Alien X, he has plenty of other options. Excuse me, that I feel like just kind of dick on Green Lantern. Nani said he posted his rough draft of, I guess for drawings, it's not called a rough draft, his rough sketch of Goku versus Deku. So this is what Nani's currently working on. He posted it on the Amino. So here's his Goku versus Deku art so far. It looks interesting. So you're gonna have your boy Goku. Is that Ultra Instinct or is that Super Saiyan 5? I've seen both done with white hair. I know Super Saiyan 5 isn't like a real thing, but some people still like draw it, of course, because there's nothing that stops you from drawing it. So it looks like your boy Deku's getting ready to do that flick, and it's Ultra Instinct Goku. That's interesting. What's this going on in the background? Because I think the background is interesting. Also, if I'm gonna be honest, you can't see a lot of Goku, so it's weird for me to critique. Oh, never mind, never mind. Yeah, you can see a hell of a lot of Goku. I was about to say that I like Deku a lot more, and then I scroll down and I see more of Goku. So I still would say I like Deku more. The only reason why I like Deku more is because I feel like Deku's face, you did a really good job with Deku's face. I think the side profile of Goku, his jaw just seems like it has a little more going on than what I'm used to with Goku. Is that chin? Something about the chin makes me look at it and go like, kinda Goku? Cause like everything else, like if you don't look at that, I'm like, yo, Goku. And you look at that jaw and you're like, who's that? Who's that? Goku. Who is that? You know, it's just that chin. Other than that, I'd say Goku's like really good. I think Deku, you did a really good job of. I feel like he's pretty spot on. I will say this perspective looks uncomfortable for Deku. Like the way that his like legs are twisted, but his body's facing Goku. Like it looks like this leg is bent and rotating because I think I'm seeing the bottom of his shoe there. So that's the bottom of the shoe. It's like he's doing like a midair split. He's doing a full. It's not just a split. It's like one leg is a normal split, but the other leg, look, is it rotating? I'm so fucking confused. I just when I look at his legs, I just go, is that real? Is that how do his legs work? But I like Deku. I like Deku a lot. I really vibe with Deku's appearance. I feel like Goku, other than like the jaw, really works, but I think the jaw gets me. And like here's like an image of Goku, and like that's his chin, and then there's that Goku, and that's his chin. Let's see. Where is the charging cable? Okay, I'm gonna stick this in. But of course, it's a rough sketch. I'm not trying to judge too hard or anything. Those are just my first thoughts looking at the image. I definitely like it. I'm hitting that like button right now on Amino. Definitely dig it. I really like what you've done with Deku so far. I am a little bit confused on what's going on with Deku's legs. Not gonna lie. Um, and I think Goku's chin's kind of weird. But again, it's like a rough sketch. These are just my like first thoughts when I first look at it. This is just what I think, but it's definitely well done. Better than anything I could ever do. I'm not like a visual artist at all when it comes to like drawing. So if I tried to do this, mine would look ugly. I couldn't do that. I feel like you did a really good job. I also like that I can see like the layers of your work, like as a rough sketch, but I can see like the parts that you've like done like light pencils of, and I can see the parts where you've like done like more detailed like shading, and then I can see the parts with Goku where you can tell that you've already gone in and started painting and detailing stuff. So I do think that's really cool. Most def. I like being able to see the process and like the progress of the work. Let's see. Nani said I posted it, Nick. Ryan said I didn't dislike. Then Kel said, but I'm very biased. I would also have to say that I'm pretty biased when it comes to Ben 10 versus Green Lantern. While I have read Green Lantern stuff in the past, I'm a lifelong Ben 10 fan. I mean, come on. So I'm super biased. But at the same time, I don't know if Green Lantern has any feats that really are comparable to the feats that we've seen Ben 10 complete, as well as the feats that Ben 10 is capable of doing. I'm curious if Hal Jordan Green Lantern is going to have access to parallax or not, which was like a really big thing in the 90s where Hal Jordan was possessed by parallax and he went insane and he like killed all the other Green Lanterns and stole their Green Lantern rings and he became like uber powerful. Because that would be interesting. But then at that point, I still feel like Alien X could still dig him. You know, Alien X is just really good. And Ben's already fought like a godlike being as Alien X. He fought another celestial sapient, so another like reality bending being, and beat him in a fight. So I don't know. I still feel like Ben has proven himself against god level characters before. Nani said, "Yeah, that's Ultra Instinct Goku." Kel said, "It's Ultra Instinct. Super Saiyan 5 has fur." That's true. Nani said, "I did UI Goku because they can both go full power." I feel like UI Goku would super stomp Deku, at least at the part that I'm at in My Hero Academia. Please, no spoilers. I'm only as far as the anime has currently gone. Um, but at the current part of the anime that I'm at, I feel like Ultra Instinct Goku would like extremely dick Deku, like no contest. Nani said it's a rough draft, lol. I still gotta put a lot of things into it. Ballin', and I understand. I like what I've seen so far. Kel said I really like it. Nani said I'll change some stuff. Okay, cool. Kel said I just remembered I gotta make the lantern fan art. Oh, ballin'. Are you still doing the fusion fan art? That's like me and Winslow put together, where we have like the faith ring or whatever, which would be like a new ring that's a combination of the blue hope and the indigo compassion rings. I told Winslow about that, and Winslow thought it was really interesting because I was talking to Winslow about the fan art that I've gotten, and he's like, "I want fan art," and I'm like, Kells is actually making fan art that like involves you in it." I'm sure all the guys would actually be really hype if there was like fan art of them as well. Like I'm sure that Bangzel, aka Gerard, would be flattered if he got fan art. I'm sure Colin would be really hype if he got fan art. Colin's a visual artist as well, so he does like a lot of drawing and things of that nature. So I feel like it would mean a lot to him if someone did like fan art of him. So definitely, if you guys wanted to submit fan art of the guys as well, I think that'd be pretty dope. I guess if anyone tried to do fan art of Matt, it would just be like a hand. Kel said, "So I know in Dragon Ball Z, you'd wear the clothes, the bodyguards of Zeno, but what would Winslow wear?" Wait, the bodyguards of. Why would I wear? Why would I wear Zeno's bodyguard clothes? Zeno bodyguards. Those niggas look kind of dumb. They have really stupid hats too. When you said like I would dress like them, I was like, what they look like again? I was like, oh, kind of stupid. Hold on, Kels. Let me share this. So that's what Zeno's bodyguards dress up like with like the high collar. Kel said, I thought I heard you mention that you like the outfit. So I'm my favorite character in Dragon Ball Super. When it comes to like if I would like go to the Dragon Ball Super universe and try to become this character's best friend, I try to become not Zeno's best friend. I try to become Zuno's best friend. Uh, so Zuno from Dragon Ball Super, he's this fat dude. Let's see. Open image in new tab. It's this fat sumo looking guy. I would want to become his best friend because his only power, as far as we know, is that he just seems to know everything. He's like an all knowing being, excuse me, in the Dragon Ball universe. And it seems like you can ask him any question you want and he'll tell you the answer to that question. And I'm like, cool. If I could like be best friends with him, I could do a lot in the Dragon Ball universe because I could just learn so much. But Zeno, I don't actually care about Zeno. Like Zeno is just kind of like a man baby. Zuno is the shit. He like actually knows everything. I feel like if Zuno wanted to, he could find a way to replace Zeno. He'd know how to do it because he knows everything. Kel said, in that case, what clothes would you wear? He said, do you have any idea on what Winslow would wear? He said, I need to know for the fusion. He said, I'm really into fusion fashion. Does a fabulous pose. Your boy Kevin said, sup, Jet in chat. Yo, Kevin, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on this stream? So, Kels, you asked, what clothing would I wear in the Dragon Ball universe? Um, hmm. What clothing? Can I wear anything, Kels? Or is there a limit on it? Like, if I could, like, pick something that existed in the Dragon Ball universe, no matter what it was, would you just let me have it? Or would you be like, no, like, within reason? Like, what outfits am I allowed to have? Kels said you can wear anything. I can wear anything from the Dragon Ball universe. Kevin said, will your stream time change now that you've moved out of the dorm? So, I'm still going to do the vlogs at midnight. That is confirmed just a thing. I'm still going to try to do the fan polls Monday through Thursday at 1 p.m. And those are still going to stay Monday through Thursday. There will be days like today where for whatever reason I'm busy and I just won't be able to do a fan poll. You'll know when those days come because I won't have the fan poll video up where you guys can vote. So that's how you'll know that, like, hey, there's no fan poll coming that day. Today I had to move, so I had to move all my stuff from my dorm to dad's house. That's the only reason why there wasn't a fan poll. But I'm gonna keep the fan polls Monday through Thursday. I should be able to upload more than usual, but they won't be scheduled uploads. So anything that's not the fan poll or the vlog will just be something that I just decide to do at random. Oh, by the way, random fun fact. My brother gave me a DS. So I already had a DS, but it had broken triggers. The DS that I had, my friend Montel gave me years ago. He was like, you gotta make a Facebook. And I'm like, I don't wanna make a Facebook. He's like, if you make a Facebook, we'll give you a DS. So he gave me a DS, but it had broken triggers. And the screens on that have started to give out. Now I have a new DS. So what I'm going to do, now that I have a new DS, I'm going to, and by new I mean used, but now that I have another used DS, I think I'm going to go to like GameStop and I'm going to try and sell this used DS. If not GameStop, then maybe like Rocket City Arcade or something like that. But I want to sell it and maybe buy like a 2DS or just save the money. Because I've wanted to play Dragon Ball Fusions is one game that I've been interested in that's on DS, but I'm more interested in RPG Maker. RPG Maker is like, it's not a free game. You can play things that anyone's made on RPG Maker on 2DS for free, but you can also make games if you buy the RPG Maker game. So I might buy RPG Maker on 2DS if I sell this and get a 2DS. Sadly, I don't have a way to stream DS. If I did, I would actually be more interested in buying and playing more DS games. But I like easy streaming, so I don't like streaming that requires me to buy additional hardware. I like it where you can just stream from whatever you're on. That's why I don't have any additional hardware to stream. Kevin said, oh, I already read that. Kel said, even a banana. I could wear a banana. Nani said, so you can't post vids on Amino? I have no idea. I've never tried. Kel said, Dragon Ball Fusions is dope. Kevin said, selling a gift? What? That's crazy. So it wasn't like Marquez gave me, Marquez was my brother. It's not like he gave me the DS, like, here's like a gift for you. Marquez was like digging through like a bunch of his old things, and he pulls out a DS as he's digging through stuff. And I'm like, oh, cool. Is that a DS? He was like, yeah, do you want that? I'm like, yeah. And that was pretty much it. He was like, yeah, this is just all old stuff. Like, if you see anything you want while I'm just digging through old stuff, just feel free to, like, hit it up. So that's how I got the DS. It's just something that he, like, doesn't use and he just has lying around. Kel said, please get Fusions. I've been dying to play it again. If I got Fusions, I wouldn't really be able to stream it. Like, you gotta think about it. If I got Dragon Ball Fusions and I didn't buy any hardware, and I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't spend money to buy hardware to stream. I'd have, like, the game here, and then I'd have to, like, have the phone here, and then, like, I'd have to have some way to hold the phone up where I could play and do the shit. I just feel like that'd be really difficult. Right now, with this one handed method, I feel like I'd get ultra screwed over. So you use your pinky to do any movement, and you use this finger to hit these buttons, and fuck looking at the bottom screen. I guess we'll never use it. And then this is how I'll play games forever. Like, I doubt that. I don't think anybody would want that. I know I wouldn't. Imagine getting really good at playing like that. Let's see. Kel said, because Fusions has online player versus player. Interesting. I did not know that. So, do you have to pay for online on, like, the 2DS? Like, does that have, like, a paid online service? Because I also don't do that. I don't even do paid online on the PS4. Play for free. Let's see. Nani said I also made a vid of me drawing Luffy versus Kaido. Who's Kaido? Like, what is Kaido from? Kevin said, oh, old stuff and a non-gift. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Speaking of gifts, my birthday is coming up May 12th. So that's in not 10 days because now it's May 3rd. So my birthday is now in 9 days. Um, if I was to ask you guys for anything for my birthday, I'd love to see some more fan art and fan fiction. I don't know. That's the I get really hyped whenever you guys do like a new fan art thing or you do a new fan fiction thing. I think it's really cool. I feel like it's a cool way to show your support for the channel without necessarily like putting up any money or anything like that. So yeah, if there's one thing that I would like want for my birthday from you guys, it would just be like fan art and fan fiction. Let's see. Kel said, dude, just use your stand to hold up the phone, duh. He said, you don't need to play for online. Oh, you don't need to pay for online? Oh, that's cool. Kel said, Kaido is the current antagonist of One Piece. Oh, okay. I don't watch One Piece. I'm waiting for the live action One Piece to drop. Kevin said, my birthday's on May 19th. Birthday hype. Birthday hype. Hey. Nani said, you didn't like my little fan art? I liked your fan art, Nani. So Nani did a fan art a little while back, and his fan art was Jet if he looked like a handsome Superman. So I showed Winslow this, and me and Winslow have a very similar vibe of like this particular fan art. So here's the fan art that Nani did. Like, what if Jet looked like Superman? Me and Winslow both agree that if it had dreads, it'd be fine. Something about his hair looking like so smooth and coiffed makes it just not look like me. I just can't like really see it. But like Winslow's like if he had dreads, then we could like see it. Like maybe we could be like, "Oh, that's Jet." But if for my hair to look the way that it's drawn here, I'd have to get like a hard perm and like a weird haircut. It just would it just doesn't really look like me. I even said like I've never had cornrows in my life. But if you wanted the hair to look like really smooth and flat without having to draw like a bunch of dreads everywhere, even if he had cornrows, I'd be like, he looks a little bit more like me. But I think without the dreads, I just don't really see it. I would say my favorite fan art that I've received so far for accuracy, like just looking like me, would probably be the fan art that Kells did. The fan art that had the winter. That was digital art of the winter. Where's the sketch he did of the winter? Here we go. So when he did a sketch of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure style stand, the winter, he did a sketch of me next to the winter. I think this looks the most like me of like fan art that I've received. Now, for the most like creative idea for fan art though, um, I actually really liked the fan art that John Mason made. I don't know how far I'd have to scroll to find that, but John Mason, like a while back, posted some fan art, and it was me, but I was made out of like candle wax, and my hair was like fire. That was like really creative and like really out of the box. You know, it was just something that like is just different. Yeah, Nick the Wick. That's back when I had like a longer beard, and it's like I made a candle wax and like all my hair is like in flames. And see how it like has the dreads? I vibe with that. I don't know, I really liked that. So I would say that those are like my favorite like fan arts I've received so far. But I would love to see you guys' fan art. I've also received fan art from Godzilla before. Godzilla did a very rough sketch. I don't think that's on Amino though. I've been trying to like download all the ones on Amino, like the fan arts, to make sure that I can keep up with them. But I don't think I have Godzilla's. I don't know how he shared it with me. Maybe a link on the live chat once. But it was a really rough sketch and it was a comic that involved me going through a portal. I liked that one because it was like a narrative. I think that's the only fan art that I've received that's like a story, to where he kind of did a fan fiction and fan art combination, essentially just a fan comic. Fan comics are also really cool. I'd love to see more stuff like that. Let's see. Where we at? Where we at? Kel said all post def. Post def is actually really dope. I like that. All post def make birthday art for you. Oh, thank you kindly, Kels. Truly appreciate it. Kevin said, "Can I have fan art for my birthday too?" That would be great. Kel said, "I love that picture. Noticeably sweats of the if Jet was Superman picture." Let's see. Kevin said, "I just need to post a non-cringe picture of myself on Amino so you know what I look like for the fan art of me." Okay, ballin'. I'm not a very good artist, Kevin, but if you do post a non-cringe picture of yourself, I can try to draw you. I'm just not good at drawing. I'll let you know that right now. Nani said, "Lol, Kel's be killing me." Then Kel said, "Lol, Nani." Mm, let's see. Right now, I'm just chilling. I do need to go to bed soon, though. I have a date at 1:30 p.m. My goal is to wake up at like 8 or 9 a.m. I'll probably wake up at 7 a.m. because Dad's going to come downstairs at 7. I'm going to wake up, exercise, shower, eat, and then drive to Bridge Street. I might drive to Bridge Street early, just to get there early, and just hang out for a bit. Let's see. Kel said, quick question. Will you put the digital art of the winter? Or does that art have to feature you? Okay, so for the fan art, for me to like count it as fan art, it has to include me in it. I don't necessarily have to be the main thing in the picture, but if I'm not in the picture, then it's art for certain. But if someone was like, show me like fan art of you, I wouldn't be like, here's a picture of not me that was drawn by someone. You know what I mean? So I do like seeing you guys' art, fan art or otherwise, but I don't count it as fan art if it doesn't have me in it, if that makes sense. Let's see. Nani said, is it bedtime, Nick? I do think it is getting closer to night night. It definitely is. Kevin said, I can relate, Jet. My drawing isn't that great. Neither. Then Kel said, okay, makes sense. Let's see. Before I log out, I want to know if you guys have any questions, if anyone wants to talk about their day but hasn't had the chance to yet, or if anyone has any like last minute discussion topics you'd like to talk about. Right now, in my time, it is 2:03 a.m. Like I said, I want to try to wake up around 8 a.m., but dad is going to come downstairs at 7, so I'm probably just going to wake up at 7, which means if I was to go to bed immediately, if I was to turn off the stream and immediately fall unconscious, I could get at most 5 hours before dad came down. Let's see. Kel said it's 12:03 for me. Mm. Sounds like Kels has time where he is. I need some of that time. Goku asked for people to send him his energy. I need you guys to send me your time, please. Nani said same here. So yeah, it seems like I'm 2 hours ahead of you guys. Kel said, so whomst are you going on a date with? So I'm going on a date with Beth. Beth is a girl who goes to UAH. She's currently studying microbiology. She's a member of the Tabletop Gaming Club. She's really into cosplay. Cosplay is like her passion. She also likes playing the Pokemon trading card game. She's into anime. She watches Ruby. She's into like Steven Universe. She's into studying like fish. She likes animals, especially like puppies and kittens. She has like a puppy German Shepherd that's pretty cute. He has big ass ears. Um, she seemed really nice. We've hung out on multiple occasions. Um, I like that she's like really into like nerd culture stuff and that she's not shy about it. She seems really easy to talk to. Like she seems like the kind of person where when you sit down to have a conversation, she's down for the conversation. So you guys can just keep rolling and just keep talking to each other continuously. She also is pretty easy to text too. She's really easy to go back and forth like text messaging. Um, I think she's only a year younger than me, because I graduated, and I think she's just now going into her senior year. But she's also taking much harder classes than I ever took, because of the fact that she's studying microbiology. She has to do like a lot for her major, including actual research. She currently is working in a research lab where she's like studying fish, and she'll occasionally have to go out and like catch fish and like look at them. I don't think she's super religious, but she definitely like respects her religion. She like goes to church like regularly and things of that nature. But Beth seems cool. I dig hanging out with her. Let's see. Kevin says it's 3:04 a.m. for me. 3:04 a.m. Nani said cosplay like dress like an anime character. Yeah. So I've only seen a few of her cosplays. I've seen her as a Steven Universe character. I've seen her as Metaton, who's a character from Undertale. She says that's her favorite character to cosplay as because she likes getting in character when she cosplays. So actually acting like the characters that she's cosplaying. And I've seen her do Jolteon, who's like a Pokemon. But she's really into cosplay. And she likes to put like a lot of time and effort into her cosplay. She did a Instagram live stream of her doing some of her Metaton makeup the other day. I wasn't able to watch it. I'm not on Instagram, and I didn't know when she was doing the stream, and she wasn't sure if she was going to do the stream. But she sent me some pictures afterwards of how the makeup turned out. But that seems pretty cool. Like I said, she's into the hypnosis stuff that I'm currently looking into, and she wants me to try and maybe hypnotize her. So when I go to the bookstore tomorrow, I'm gonna try to, well, I guess today, when I go to the bookstore today, I'm gonna try and find some books on hypnosis to see if I can learn a bit more. Let's see. Kel said, "Damn, Zach, you up hella late, or early, depending on how you look at it." Then Kevin said, "Well, I did just get home, Kels, from work not that long ago." Wow, that actually sounds like a really late shift. Nani said, "How many followers she got?" I don't know. I'm not on Instagram. I haven't seen her Instagram. Kevin said, "At least it's not like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. like the weekend that passed. It was hella busy because Avengers came out." Oh, because Kevin works at a movie theater. You've told me this before. But that made me remember really hard. I was like, oh, right, flashback. Let's see. Nani said, I see people who do that have a lot of followers. She might have a lot of followers, especially since she does cosplay stuff. Kel said, Jet, are you religious? So when it comes to my religion, I get a lot of mixed reception. A lot of times when I talk about my religious beliefs, people either go, yo, same, or people go, that doesn't make sense. That's normally like the balance of it. So I believe that all religions work, and the way that it works is that if you follow whatever religion that you truly believe in, like if you actually believe in it wholeheartedly, right? If you follow whatever religion you believe in, that when you die, you're subjected to the afterlife of the religion that you believed in. So if you believe in like Christianity, you could end up in like heaven or hell. If you believe in like a different religion that has like a different afterlife, you end up in like that religion's afterlife kind of thing. So I feel like all religions kind of exist in that way. And I don't necessarily follow anything. I used to say I was like non-dominational Christian kind of thing. Now I feel like it's a little more free floaty for me. I like to say a lot of times now that I like vibe with the source, the idea that like everything comes from something, and whatever that something is, it doesn't have to be like an intelligent being. Like it doesn't have to be like essentially like a person. It can just be like a phenomena that spawned us existing. Whatever that is, that's cool. I don't necessarily like pray to it, but I think it's a interesting concept that I vibe with. But yeah, my religious beliefs are kind of weird. I also like believe in magic, so I do stuff like chaos magic and like cast spells for people, and I do legitimately believe in like spell casting and things of that nature. Someone actually ordered a spell from me tonight to like cleanse someone of negative energy. I'm gonna do that sometime tomorrow. I have 24 hours to complete the order, but I do have a service where I like cast spells for people. So I have really weird religious beliefs. Um, let's see. Kel said, "Jet, that's an interesting perspective." And then Kel says that. I tried to say because you said I'm agnostic. I think my brain tried to still say I'm while saying agnostic, and just nothing came out. So Kel says that he's agnostic. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I feel like people are free to believe whatever you want to, and that it's totally fine for you to like have your beliefs as long as they don't hurt people. I do think it kind of crosses a line when your beliefs you feel obligated to like hurt someone else. And I don't mean like emotionally. I mean like if you're like I gotta kill this person because of my beliefs, it's like whoa, that's rough. I don't vibe with that. And then Kel said, "Sorry, I mean agnostic." At first, when you said agnostic, my brain read it as eggnog-stick, like you believe in eggnog. I wish eggnog milkshakes tasted better. I've had eggnog milkshakes at Cookout. They're not bad, but they're not like the best thing in the world. I got really hype. Cookout only has eggnog milkshakes seasonally. Then Kevin said lol. Uh, and then Kel said I really, really like eggs. Eggs aren't bad. I vibe with eggs. Oh, the other day I was hanging out with Winslow. We went down to McDonald's, and normally I order four sausage biscuits. This time around, I ordered three sausage biscuits and a large fry because I realized I could totally just have one less sausage biscuit and have some delicious fries. I also got a strawberry shake. So my total ends up being like almost $10 or whatever. And they don't give me any napkins in my bag. And I have like these salty fries. And I ordered a large fry. And in my mind, I'm like, probably didn't have to order a large fry, but it doesn't matter that I ordered a large fry. Like this will be fine. But I probably could have just went with medium. But the large fry is just tall. I didn't realize how like big it was. I think a medium would have sufficed for fries. But the fries were really good. But by the time I got back to Winslow's place to actually start eating the biscuits, they didn't give me any jam. And the biscuits, for some reason, seemed like they were harder than normal. So it was like tough sausage biscuits with no jam. And I already ate all the fries. And now my hands have like crumbs and like salt on them. And I'm like, McDonald's kind of fucked me. The strawberry shake was good, but I kind of wish McDonald's had real shakes, not like vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, the bare minimum you can have for shakes. You know what I mean? That's what I expect from Applebee's. That's not what I expect from McDonald's. Just saying. Kels said, okay, here's a weird question. Hit me up, Kels. I'm ready for your weird question. I'm ready for you to fire it off. Nani said, I'm getting hungry now. I'm sorry, I did start talking about food. That's my B. I will say, if anyone wants to duplicate my order at McDonald's, make sure you ask for napkins and ask for that strawberry jam. It's a good strat. Kel said, would you rather be hard and nut whenever you want or have erection manipulation but never be able to nut? What? The first one. The first one. Rather be hard and nut whenever you want. Why would I want the second one? What benefit do I get? The first one sounds great. The second one sounds not as good. Nani said, I need to delete so many things in my phone. Nani, that sounds like a problem. Kel said, me and my friends were debating it today. I don't see how. It just sounds like the first one is actually good. Excuse me. Also, I noticed we have 3 viewers and 2 likes. Can we get this video to 3 viewers and 3 likes? Truly appreciate it. Kevin said, I'm religious myself as well. Sure, what denomination of Christianity I am. I believe anyone can get into heaven regardless of sex, gender, sexuality, age, and so on. I believe accepting of people is very important. Understandable. That's a very, like, open view, and I can appreciate that. Also, thank you for smashing that like button. Truly appreciate it. Nani said, I have no memory. And then Kevin said, not sure. Then Kel said, but with the second one, you can instantly stop any awkward erection. Okay, so here's what I've learned, Kels. I'm about to hit you with that true facts, okay? Awkward erections during the time period of which you were like a maturing teenager don't matter because puberty is something everyone goes through and it's just something that happens. It's not something that you can necessarily control. It's gonna happen regardless, so it doesn't matter. Having a power to manipulate erections to avoid minor embarrassment that literally can happen to anybody, right? But taking that L on not being able to nut is horrible. It's a horrible power. How often will you use that? What that is that power is actually ass. Power number one, you can be hard and nut whenever you want. That's great. That just sounds like you're gonna have a happier life. You never have any sexual frustration ever. Oh man, you feel sexually frustrated. You can just nut. You can just choose to nut whenever you want. Oh wait, never mind. I have friends who have you ever seen those commercials where it's like you're not you when you're hungry. I have friends who get like sexually frustrated and they'll like become just more of a dick. You know what I mean? Until they can like work that out. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm better, right?" If you could just know whenever you want, that just would never happen. You never have to have a like, "I'm sorry guys, I didn't have my Snickers." You can have your Snickers whenever the fuck you want. That's just a good power. Just sounds like you'd be more productive and happy. You just do whatever. First power is great. Nani said Ryan disliked when you gave him an intervention. Kevin said, "Isn't that why wearing a cup is a thing? To avoid awkward erections? Wearing a cup is just to protect your junk from harm." Kel said, "Jet be like, when a dad and a mom love each other very much." Nani said, "Nutting is awesome. Why wouldn't you want that?" Apparently to have erection manipulation, which is just wrong. I don't understand. that just that doesn't seem worth it. That doesn't seem worth it at all. Mm. Okay, I just rubbed my whole ass face. I'm gonna go to bed. That was a clear cut sign that it's time to end it. Yo, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do the live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jeb Black, the one only logging out. Stay tuned. Later today, I'm gonna do the midnight vlog and maybe do some other streams as the day goes on. Let's see. Before I end it, I'm gonna read some of these live chat messages. Nani said, "But it's millions of babies." Then Kevin said, "Yes, but can't someone not tell if someone is horny or when wearing a cup? Not sure, but just a guess." Excuse me. As someone who's never worn a cup, I have no idea. Also, it's interesting. Wouldn't wearing a cup create a bulge, right? Or am I wrong? I've never worn a cup. Like, does that really have the intended effect of hiding an erection, or would it just make it look like you always have one? Like, I don't get that. Kel said on the teacher question from a while ago, you teach like math or something. I fucking hate math. I'd be like, "Hello, class. Calculators, good talk. Good talk." Like, if I taught a math class, I'd be like, "Here's how you do this kind of problem." I go up to the front of the room, and instead of doing the numbers in the book for the example, I'd write a bunch of fucking letters on the board. Legitimately. Like, I'd replace every number with a letter, and I'd work through the operation just having the letters move around until at the end, the solution just showed the letters in a certain position. And I'm like, if you guys can understand what I just did, having letters instead of numbers, then this one example should let you solve any of the fucking problems. Any just replace these letters with numbers and you're good. And if a student was like, "I don't understand because you put letters," I'd be like, literally put any numbers you want. Any numbers, replace any of these letters with any numbers you want, and you will get the right answer if your solution looks like this. And I just show all the letters at the other equal sign, like at the end of the equal sign. It's like, if it looks like this, you got it. You got the fuck out of it. You want me to just make up some numbers? I can make up some numbers and put them in for these letters. But this is what you need to write down. You need to write down this shit with the letters. Because once you know this, you can do any of it. Let's see. Nani said, "What streams are tomorrow?" The midnight vlogs tomorrow. And I might do other streams tomorrow. It all depends. Like I said, my big thing right now is trying to get a non conditional job offer that will fulfill the scholarship obligation. So tomorrow, I'm going to exercise, shower, eat, go on my date with Beth, come back, apply for jobs, or update my resume, or work on making my resume look nicer, or talk to like an old contact from an internship to see if there are any open positions, or I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff like that. I might have time after I feel like I've done something significant in the job hunt to maybe play Shadow of Mordor for a bit, or maybe even do like a Yu-Gi-Oh stream tomorrow. Who knows? No promises, but there will definitely be a midnight vlog tomorrow. Let's see. Nani said wearing a cup sounds like a cuck thing. Kevin said also wearing a cup while sounds like it will be painful possibly because it could possibly like hold the erection in. Yeah, that doesn't sound very comfortable. Excuse me. Kel said Jet be like, Y'all know that calculators exist, right? Yeah, but if it was a class where they're not allowed to use calculators or whatever, for whatever reason, I would just teach that letter thing. That's what helps me learn math. If you like take all the numbers out of it, literally all the numbers, and you just have letters, and you're like, here's the formula with everything just letters. And then once you do all the operations, your answer is going to look like this, and you show all the letters at the other side of the equal sign, like arranged in a certain way. I'm like, oh shit, I get it. Like, oh shit, I understand like what you're actually talking about. This is great. When they don't use letters, for whatever reason, my brain is like, I'm trying to apply this in a universal way, but these numbers are making me see it as only this problem. I guess it's just the way that I think about it. But the letters help me a lot. That's like the easiest way for me to get it. Kel said, "I'm gonna go now. Glad we can have weird conversations on stream. Yeah, most def. Good to see you. Good to see you, Kels. I'm about to dip as well." Kevin said, "I'm awful at math. I'm right there with you. For my last few math-based classes in college, I made Python programs that could like do the problems for me. That actually helped me understand the math a lot better. Because if you can make a program do it, you have to understand it well enough to do it yourself. That also helped me see the different elements of the problem as variables rather than seeing them just as letters, which helped me think through it. And it also helped me do better on test. Even though I couldn't use the programs on the test, the very fact that I was able to make those programs showed that I understood the formulas enough to then do well on test. So that was my way to get through it. Nani said, "Have a good night." Ooh, have a wonderful night, guys. Thank you all once again for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. It's your host, friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only. Log it out.